Is my landlord watching me? Hello, I am new to Reddit, and after debating for a bit, I decided to make this ACC to maybe get some input on what to do. English is my second language, so I apologize for any typos. 26 female, am living alone for the first time. My landlord has always felt a bit off to me. He is a man in his late 40s and has never been holding back with comments about the way I look, etc. When I moved in, he was very clear about me not touching the two fire alarms in my bedroom and hallway. He justified it by saying they were directly connected with the fire department, and if I would try to do anything to them, I would cause an alarm. The alarm in my bedroom has always made me feel weird. It makes a lot of noises, especially at night, almost sounding like a remote-controlled car, and sometimes making a very muffled beeping sound. I brought it up to him once, and he said it was nothing, and if it should cause more problems, I should call him. But other things kept happening, and I just more and more felt like something was off. But at the same time, people kept telling me I was overthinking things and scared since it is my first time living alone. The first thing that felt off to me was as I was renovating to move in, I grabbed a wrong shade of the color I wanted for my bedroom, and it ended up looking a bit too bright on the wall I tested it on. A few days later, during a phone call, he snapped at my parents about how horrible the pink was I was using in my bedroom, and if I was crazy. I had not let him inside my place, so I was very confused, but kinda brushed it off to me walking around in paint-covered clothing. But things got weirder after that. During January last year, I spent a day at my parents', and when I came back, something fell off. I couldn't pinpoint it, and no one was inside my apartment, but I realized after walking into my bedroom a second time one of the drawers under my bed was pulled out, and I don't remember ever touching it. Again, I brushed it off, mainly BC my parents told me I probably just forgot, and I kinda ended up feeling ashamed for ever brining it up. Months later during the summer, I took part in a gaming night on a friend's Discord server, and when I finally hopped off to go to bed at 4 a.m., I came into my bedroom to see my underwear drawers being open. I panicked and called my mom BC, she lived close by, and I wasn't sure if someone was still in the apartment. After that, I installed a door chain and got an alarm for the time I spent at home. I suspected my landlord had a second key and now probably wasn't able to get inside anymore. But that didn't cover the time when I am not home. Sometimes when I come back, furniture in my bedroom is slightly moved, but at this point my family keeps telling me I just forgot I moved it, that I am too ashamed to keep bringing it up. I know I sound insane, but is it possible to have cameras installed in the fire alarms? Could I call the fire department in their non-emergency number just asking if they can take a look at it BC of the weird noises? I really just want my peaceful life back. Constantly knowing someone might have been in here in the past while I slept is really creeping me out and making me want to cry. Do you have any advice on what I should do? Edit. Here is a link to the pictures of the alarm. The first one is in the hallway, the second/third one, with the open part, is in the bedroom. I try to take them secretly, so I apologize for the quality. Edit 2. I never expected so many responses, so I will try to answer some questions here. First of all, my parents love and support me. I was just on a call with my mom updating her. I don't think she intended to gaslight me at all. They are not in contact with my landlord. My mom is reasonably upset right now and probably would go have a talk with him right now if she could. My landlord lives in another city. He just owns a bunch of apartments here, but he is here multiple times a week. I live in Germany, so any US law stuff doesn't really apply. Sorry for not clarifying sooner. My plan of action right now is I'm going to call the fire department tomorrow morning to have them come by, and I have a family friend come by on Monday to put in new locks. I want to check the alarms, but I am not very tall, and I don't have a letter here right now, so I cannot rip them off even though I would love to. Also, sorry if I am not responding to all the DMS and private chat offers. This is a lot to take in. I promise I will keep you all updated. Thank you for all your kind words. OP added a mini update in the comments. Thank all of you for your suggestions. I have found some cameras that look like clothing hooks, so I could safely hang them up in my hallway and see if I catch anything. I regularly get my blood work done due to thyroid/chronic asthma issues. I guess my doc would have coughed if anything fishy was going on. Otherwise, I am going to get that checked too. Moving is not really in my budget anytime soon, so I am kinda stuck here. I will try to get a picture of the alarms. Maybe that helps. Thank you all for being so overwhelmingly supportive. It really makes me feel a lot better and understood. Update 1. Good morning, and thank you to everyone for giving their input and sending messages to me. This morning has been very stressful, so I apologize if I cannot get back to your DMS. I had a call with the fire department and they told me the alarm is not connected to them in any way, shape, or form, and that it is extremely fishy that the one tinkered with is the bedroom one. I also completely forgot I do have a storage room that has an alarm that looks identical to the one in the hallway. They told me to ask around in my friends and family if anyone knows a bit about electricity and have them come by to take it off and take a look inside. They said it's very likely some kind of foul play happened here. Disregarding the camera problem, there is still a firearm someone just messed with and didn't fix. My mom's best friend is an electrician, and I will try to reach him today to ask if he can come by ASAP. Otherwise, I know he's going to be around on Monday, so I might have to wait a bit longer. Either way, I will keep you updated. Thank you so much for your support. Edit. Friend is going to stop by on Monday, so likely no update until then. It was advice not to rip them off in case there is anything wrong about it. Should I feel unsafe at any point, I can crash at my parents' or my sister's. Edit. I just want to clarify for those who are confused why I don't just rip it off. It belongs to my landlord. If it's true what one of the posters said and it is put up wrongly, my landlord can get in trouble for that, but so can I for ripping it off. I would have to pay both for a new smoke detector and a person to put it up, and I don't have the money to risk doing that. I'm okay. Nothing weird has happened since then, and I am pretty sure I will have more answers until then. The only other thing that I am already doing anyway was that a neighbor and I were talking, and while the topic of safety came up, she just said you should change your locks without really knowing anything that happened to me here. Which is not an odd thing to say, but just very specific. Update 2. Sorry for not updating instantly. Today was very stressful. Well, as far as I know, BC of my mom's friend, my smoke detector is okay right now, but there is other stuff that came up. I don't know and can't say more about what is going on our end. I am not too well known about what I would be able to say, but I rather not risk it since there is an ongoing police investigation. All in all, I have made choices to keep my safety ensued for now. Sorry for not being able to give some of you the closure they might want to hear. Maybe one day I might be able to share the full story of what happened. Until then, to all of you, thank you so much. You helped me gain the confidence to have things looked at and to make my safety my priority. I hope things are going to be good for all of you in these crazy times. Again, thank you. I wish you all the best. Final update. I logged into this Reddit by chance many years later and felt like I should finally give an update to this. To start this off, no, my landlord wasn't watching me. But this is how I found out that someone still did something with my fire alarms or tried to remove them without contacting the people who actually installed the alarms. I cannot say if it was my landlord or possibly the person living there before me. I did mention a police investigation that ended up being connected to this. Since the entire thing is finally over and I had some time to heal, I will add what happened that was in relation to this. My ex was stalking me and tried breaking into my apartment one night during the time I was still actively updating the Reddit post. I was at home during that time and thankfully was able to scare him off after locking myself in the living room. This was added to an already ongoing investigation against him, so I wasn't able to update this anymore. Since there was reason to suspect he might have gotten into my apartment at an earlier point while I wasn't home. I do not know if he was able to possibly get into my apartment while I wasn't home before the night where I was, or if it possibly was my landlord. But everything that happened led to me not feeling safe anymore, and with the lockdown and the ongoing investigation, my mental health broke down hard. My PTSD was running overtime, and I ended up having to admit myself to a clinic for a while in 2022. I worked a lot on myself and changed things in my life. I am no longer living alone, and I am in way better contact with my parents by now. I moved, and I feel much better by now. I am sorry it took so long to update. The police investigation ended up making it to court, and it took forever for things to be sorted out. After everything was over, I struggled very hard for a while, but with the help of my support system and therapy, I made it through that. The years were rough, but I thankfully am in a better place now. And yes, my ex did get punished for what he did. And all the fire alarms got fixed too. Again, sorry this took so long to update. I don't like thinking back to that time, BC. It left a pretty deep scar. But I hope I can give some more context to why I wasn't able to continue updating this.